Mohamed Okda, who's the director of Insight into Crisis. He joins us live now from Chicago. Mohamed, appreciate you being with us. Our correspondent just there was saying that this is seen as potentially a gift to Benjamin Netanyahu. Is it?
I actually don't see it like this. It's a simple continuation of U.S. policies and the policies of President Trump of basically handing everything to the Palestinian to the Israelis, pardon. And the peace process itself has been dead for many years, and this is actually doesn't change anything on the ground. We can look at UN resolutions 242 and 338, and settlements are still illegal under international law, and the opinion of the current State Department really makes no difference for the international community and for the facts on the ground. And looking ahead with whatever a new administration will come, Senator Bernie Sanders, for example, who is one of the main contenders for the U.S. presidential election, commented on this and said that settlements are still illegal. So this is debatable within the U.S. policies, but from the international community, the settlements are still illegal, and it's unoccupied territories and does not adhere to the Geneva Convention or the United Nations resolutions.
So Pompeo said that the Trump administration has studied all sides of this debate and has essentially agreed with what the Reagan administration said with regard to this particular law, which was contradicting the 1978 Jimmy Carter ruling, which said that this was illegal under international law. Why do you think that actually there has been a discrepancy between U.S. administrations on this?
It really depends on where they see things when it comes to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. We know the conservative right believes more in Zionism and the state of Israel, a little bit more than the left wing of politics here in the U.S. And at the same time, that memorandum, which you call the Hansen Memorandum, was written in 1978 by a legal advisor for the State Department. So it wasn't really a law. It was basically an opinion within the State Department that some administration took at face value. And in the memorandum itself, it was called illegitimate and not illegal. So the U.S. administration on both sides of the aisle had danced around the illegitimacy of the settlements, and depend on politics of the year and politics of the election, they changed the language around the settlements. But at the end, for the last 50 years, the U.S. have been giving the Israelis what they want and haven't been giving anything really for the Palestinians. And the peace process have been stalled. And the two-state solution, no one is talking now about the two-state solution. But the facts, again, we go back to the fact that this is occupied territories, and it's illegal under international law, under United Nations law.
Mohamed, I want to just touch on that point really quick that you mentioned right now, which is this should come as no surprise coming from the Trump administration. They as you mentioned, have been a friend to Israel well over the Palestinians. Nobody can really consider them a mediator or negotiator in this, and this has been happening for years now. This was especially the case after they declared Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. So in the absence of the United States as a mediator, why haven't we seen anybody else step up to the plate? And why is the U.S. continuing to be seen as, I guess, to get the criticism as if it is trying to be an honest broker in this?
Well, the facts right now, the world is in global disarray. We can see the Europeans are very busy with the Brexit and the issues that has to do with the Brexit. And of course, the issue with Ukraine and Russia and trying to contain Russia. When we look at the Middle East, the traditional leadership for the Middle East and the Arab world is completely absent, which is Egypt and Saudi Arabia. Egypt is under dictatorship and that have a very good relation with Israel and a very strong security cooperation with Israel. And we can see Saudi Arabia, with the current leadership of Mohammed bin Salman, is doing a reapproachment with Israel and improving relationship. And we can see jets flying between Riyadh and Tel Aviv with a very short stop in Amman every once in a while. UAE is doing lots of security cooperation with Israel. So there's really no leadership standing behind the Palestinian people when it comes from the Arabs, from the Europeans, and from other nations right now. And the President Trump administration having some issues with impeachment, and this is just one tactic that they can use to distract from the impeachment on the global level. But if we look, again, the world is in disarray, and no one is standing for the United Nations resolution and for the rights of the Palestinian people.
Mohamed Okda, the Director of Insight into Crisis, appreciate you being with us. Thanks for that.